Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, October 8th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. And then you're going to see the futures are trading higher today by about 2.5 points to 1670 and a quarter per contract. In the overnight session, the futures were a bit lower. They have come off the lows pretty decently. So you want to watch that pretty closely. I think the reasoning for the futures coming off the lows was a stronger Asian market. If you take a look at the dollar yen chart, you're going to see dollar yen has caught a bid today, and that pretty much bottomed out around early last night and has been moving higher. As long as dollar yen moves higher, that usually will lift the S&P 500. So that's the catalyst there. If you take a look at the Asian markets last night, I believe Japan was up a little bit. If we take a look at the daily chart here, yeah, you'll see Japan caught a little bit of a bid, the Nikkei 225 index, that is. I believe last night Nikkei 225 was up 0.3%. And I believe the Shanghai reopened last night. So after a decent 1-week closure for holiday, the Shanghai composite opened up, and that finished up about 1%. We'll take a look at that chart as well. So you got a decent little bounce last night in the Shanghai. So we'll leave it at that. I don't know if we want to make too much out of Asia. Right now the futures are up about 2.25 points here in the U.S. So this is what we're looking at. The government is still shut down, obviously, in the United States. So the U.S. government is still shut down for whatever that means. I mean, there are parks closed. There are some museums closed. But for the most part, the Pentagon has gone back to work. The mail is operating. So I don't know how much we could really make out of it. It's terrible for those people that do work for those closed departments, but it is what it is right now, and it really seems to be a stalemate going on in Washington. President Obama does not seem to be budging, and it looks like the House or the Republican House is going to stand firm, and they're not going to bargain. So right now, that's what we're dealing with, and we'll see how this market plays out. Looking at some stocks today, we have a couple in the motion. J.C. Penney's is one. I think the traders want to watch right now. The company said that they're doing a little bit better, and you're getting a little bit of a short squeeze in the charts here. I don't know really where this can go or how high it can go up, to be honest. So I'm not really sure. When I did try to do some calculations and figure out some levels of where this market would stall out, I really came up with 100 different things. I never like to have that, but I suppose around $9, maybe even 9.25, there should be very, very good resistance there. I'm not sure if this is going to cause some kind of a short squeeze. J.C. Penney's is a heavily shorted equity right now at this time, so just keep that in mind. I believe after the closing bell today, it's going to be very important because it will kick off earnings season. I think after the closing bell today, I believe we have, if I'm not mistaken, I think Alcoa, which formerly was part of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, no longer is. And then we have Yum Brands reporting earnings. That's going to be an important one because it's going to give us a little bit of a read on China. Yum Brands, I believe they have KFC in there. One of the companies in their corporation is KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So Yum Brands will be reporting earnings, and aluminum giant Alcoa, which is formerly part of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, no longer part of the Dow. So we're getting earnings underway. Next week we'll have more earnings. I think this Friday we have J.P. Morgan Chase. So it's going to become a lot more interesting. We'll get a lot more gap plays going forward once earnings season comes around. So brace yourself for that. We should have that underway, and we'll see how it plays out. At the moment, we do have oil trading higher by 46 cents to 103.49 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good barometer for light sweet crude. And you'll see that's at 37.26. Pretty much just chopping around the range, about 40-50 cents for the most part over the last couple of days. When we look at gold today, gold is down a little bit. Gold had a pretty good move yesterday. Gold is down today about $6. That's at $13.19.40 an ounce. Let's take a look at the all-important GLD, which is a good barometer for gold. You'll see that's trading around 127.30. It closed at 127.64, so it's reflecting a little bit of a decline. But again, nothing terrible from what I could see on gold right now. and nothing great either. Just really chopping around in somewhat of a range. As for economic data, I don't believe there is anything of significance today. A lot of the data is shut down because of the or is not working because of the government shutdown. So I know there was supposed to be some trade balances or something out there today, but that is not going to happen due to the government shutdown. But really, who misses it? It kind of keeps it the markets status quo. So we'll see how these markets play out today. Overall, I don't think we need to really worry about too much, but be prepared for volatility in case you hear uh, some more political jargon coming out of Washington, and that's what will move markets for the most part. All right, so today we're going to keep it short and sweet, and we got a couple gap plays. We'll see if those will come to our levels and trigger, and then the earnings after the closing bell will make it interesting. With that said, everybody have a great trading session, and we'll see you on the charts.